All right, so let's go into the first story, which is Minecraft. So hang with me. There's a bunch I want to update you on because this is actually big news. And if you're like me, this really wasn't in my social media feed, but it apparently was in every teen and tween social media feed. So according to Variety, the film earned $163 million domestically and $313 globally, making it the biggest debut of 2025 for all movies.
Wow.
So it is now the biggest movie release of the year. And so it is also the biggest video game adaptation opening in box office history. It beat Mario. So Mario, which launched in April of 2023, so 2 years ago, I can't even believe that. So the Super Mario movie was 146 million. And so this is like surpassed it. So April is going to be the new video game movie month. Everybody watch out and just mark that on your calendar. So going into the weekend, analysts had projected that Minecraft was going to hit 80 million. Instead, it nearly doubled that figure. It's the third biggest opening for Warner Brothers of all time, of all of their movies. And remember, one of those movies was Barbie. So you got Barbie and you got Minecraft as two of Warner Brothers' biggest movie releases of all time. Critics are mixed, as expected. The audience gave it a B cinema score, 4 out of 5 stars in post-track. It's a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think if you're an adult, you look at this and you just you do a palm slap on your head. Like, what is this? So about 62% of the audience are under 25. 64% were under the age of 25. Shocking.
Wow.
Right? Like this is not a movie for us dinosaurs. Awareness was off the charts according to the ComScore. ComScore is like one of those marketing agencies. And I'm just pulling this in as a marketer because, again, like I didn't see a lot about this. And, we're in the video game industry. We are not the target. And that's okay. Warner Brothers left no stone unturned in terms of getting Minecraft on the radar of moviegoers. The promotional campaign resulted in the largest third-party partnership in the company's history. And that's significant considering this is, again, the studio behind Barbie. So it was McDonald's, Doritos, Oreos, Poppy soda. I don't even know what Poppy soda is. Perhaps it's
delicious. You're missing out. It's so good. Yeah.
It has like probiotics in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's healthy. Yeah. Oh my. Okay. All right. Healthy soda. I'm a Dr. Pepper lover, so so I'm not familiar. But
Jen,
they just need to
get rid of that stuff. Poppy, so much better for you.
Says Laura, who's vaping all the time.
They should have partnered with a vape company because of all the teens. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. So, and then there are the memes and the absolute attention to detail and nerd focus that the movie had. So let me explain Chicken Jockey. So it's a thing. So if you are familiar with the game, this is actually something that happens in the game, but it's extremely, extremely rare to get like the little baby zombie to show up on top of one of the chickens. And so in the movie, Jack Black shouts this out. And so what's happening is all of the kids in the audience, whenever a meme like this happens, they go nuts. They throw popcorn, they yell and they scream. And in many cases, like the police are getting called in because everyone's they're having a good time, but they're like making a huge mess. This is why I'm referencing Rocky Horror Picture Show, is it is now going to the movie is an interactive experience for kids and tweens. So this is actually why we're probably going to see, I don't know if you guys remember Titanic back in the day where teens like kept going and going to the theaters. They're going to keep going. So this is why the numbers are up there so far. So my take and my message, dear Stumble Guys, dear Brawl Stars, Subway Surfers, Hill Climb Racers, if you don't have a movie in development right now, you're going to be missing out. Any game that has a large teen audience has the opportunity to capitalize on this moment. I am sure any movie studio, especially Warner Brothers, is going to take your call and will likely option you for millions and millions of dollars. Go find an agent and get your movie made and get it made for April of next year. That is my message to everybody.
AI will do that movie if it's so fast.
Was true.
AI can probably. In fact, like Laura, isn't one of your favorites coming to theaters soon?
Talking about Zelda?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah. So, well, soon is a relative term, But with the live action Legend of Zelda supposed to be coming in 2027.
Oh, I
So
can't wait.
we have a ways to wait. But I was trying to think like what my takes for this because I haven't seen the movie. To be honest, I felt a little ashamed saying this when you're saying, Jen, it's not on my social media feeds. I'm like, it's all over mine. So clearly they think I'm like Gen Z. But that aside, I was like kind of combing through all these lists of franchises and I had the weirdest thought. I was like, you know what they should do? They should do like a Love is Blind or Real World. And then I was like, Animal Crossing characters.
Oh.
Like that's like the best mashup I could possibly think of.
So Love is Blind meets Animal Crossing?
Yeah, why not? Or Real World. Stick him
Wait
in
a
a
minute.
house.
Hold on. I haven't watched Love is Blind. Is that the one where you're dating somebody without not
It's amazing.
seeing them? And then you have to like go on a holiday with that somebody.
They find love in the pods.
Well, you get to see them before the holiday. So you have to propose. You have to commit to getting married. And then you get to go on a holiday with them.
Because I remember this, my wife was explaining this and I'm like, and you watch this? And then I figured this thing out accidentally in a client dinner. And all these like very senior women, like one of them was a CEO, and they all watched like really, really bad shows. And I'm like, why? And they were like, well, this is not even escape. It's like, I need to rest my mind. I have a challenging work and it's busy times and I watch absolute horse shit. And like, sometimes they're like, even when I'm flying, like this marketing VP, she's like, people probably think that I'm retarded because like when I'm flying and the type of shit that I'm watching, they're like, who's this crazy lady? She's like, no, but I need to kind of like unwind. Like this is my way of watching this utter garbage. Like my wife, she's a pretty smart lady and she watches like, she's on a Swedish version of a Love Island or whatever Love Life. Mm-hmm. She's like on the bottom of the barrel. She's gone through the UKs, the US. She's like,
that's
let's
my
go
wife.
Sweden. What do you got?
She has watched every single version of Love is Blind. And she what's actually interesting, it's actually a bit educational because culturally, the cultures are so different in how they date. Like the Japanese version and how anyway, I actually don't watch a lot of those shows. I watch shows where people dress up in costumes and are mean to each other. That's fun Handmaid's. I was watching the season premiere of Handmaid's Tale last night. Like that's like for me, I can't wait for death and destruction and dystopian futures.
I had a question about this. Is like, why do we think their estimates are so poor? Like, I do feel like in general, we're kind of bad at estimating Gen Z's interactions with things, I feel. And this is kind of just like a reminder that, like, I mean, being off by this much means like, what research were you doing? Or like, well, I don't understand.
No, it's a fair point. The movie got a lot of really, really bad reviews when the trailers were coming out. And so that's why I think it happened. I remember we covered it. Actually, I covered it that the trailers were like looked really awful. And I think that's where they were leaning from. But what's funny is as adults, like we don't understand that what we feel is awful is amazing. Like Skibbity Toilet, right? Like, I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Or Roblox.
Yeah, like, any of the things that we think are cringe or awful, they're like, yes, And so to me, you're right. Like, we don't have a good handle on how to estimate that.
Yeah, I think that's the weird part. Is like, I agree. Like, I mean, when I saw the trailers, like, and this was not in my feeds at all. Like, I didn't even know it was coming. The only reason why I knew it existed is because my sister has 3 kids and they went and saw it. But yeah, then it pops off like this. And I noticed myself when forecasting on games is like when you try to forecast for like Gen Z behavior, because historically we have just always been forecasting for essentially millennials, like forecasting for Gen Z is a relatively new thing. We're terrible at it. Everything I've seen is like, we are so bad at estimating Gen Z. And I'm wondering, like, there's got to be some data point or some information that we as either millennials or older who are doing these types of forecasting don't yet realize as an indicator.
Ironically, Adam brought this up last week.
See, I'm his replacement. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, you're filling the seat perfectly. And we were talking about, was it Inzoy or is it 2 weeks ago? We were talking about Inzoy and like, what are the social media KPIs from a marketing perspective that we should be looking at that actually means something? Mm-hmm. And I think that we're all trying to figure that out. And is it more engagement metrics in social, not just old school likes and subscribes, but getting down into shares or time spent or some of these other KPIs to make a prediction or recommendation. A company needs to go figure that out. And how can you use AI to scrape, social and the internet to find those like holy grail metrics? Game Discover Code tries to do it with some of their metrics. I think we're just not quite there yet.
Who do you think Roblox, the TV show, is already in production for Amazon?
Well, so the problem with Roblox is there is no Roblox.
It's a platform.
It's a platform.
Hollywood
right?
can make Roblox. They don't worry.
Oh,
about
they
it.
will. Don't. Yeah.
Ask a
no,
couple of
they will.
executives. There definitely is a Roblox.
Well, I do think it's a larger challenge than converting Minecraft. Minecraft at least has characters already baked in. They don't have, there's no narrative, there's no story, so they have to create a plot, but the characters already exist and they have little bits of personality. I would say with Roblox, you got to create everything from scratch. You don't really have much, you have the worlds, but there's nothing else in it. And there's no characters that are going to be pushing plots forward or developing over time or creating some sort of emotional attachment like from the audience. So Roblox, I think, would be more of a challenge.
Yeah, like the narrative of a Roblox movie, I feel like would be more from the player's perspective rather than in world. There is no Steve of Roblox, like that does it. At least I could be wrong. Roblox goes
you have to
deep.
make
So
Steve.
yeah, we have to invent. Yeah, so it's like, is Steve the player? And then the player is, going into these different worlds within Roblox or something. I don't know.
I'm feeling Robert Downey is going to get a call, and
Yeah,
that movie
I
is
think
going to
so,
be
too.
made. He's going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, he can play any character, the best good guy or the best villain. Well, we'll see.
Just pay the man.